Hey, David Jackson here, Lead Government Contracting Liaison with Allied SCSS. And I quickly want to talk to you guys about, what's going on right now regarding these different small business stimulus packages, the economic injury disaster loan, Paycheck Protection Program, and just touch on something that I really think a lot of people are overlooking and need to be aware of, especially at times like this. One very big misconception that people have when regarding small businesses, especially in this country, is assuming that they're talking about your micro business where you have one to maybe 5-6 employees, maybe doing about 250, maybe up to $1 million a year, and you're assuming far too often that when they're developing these different programs in government contract, but also, like I say, with these stimulus packages and these SBA loans, that they're talking about you as a small business. And honestly, that couldn't be further from the truth. So what I want you to do is I want you guys to look up the SBA size standard for your industry. Now, for you to identify your industry, you may need to look into what's called a NAICS code. A NAICS code is simply a code that represents a product or service that you offer. Now, you want to find your primary NAICS code for your business, and I want you to look up the SBA size standard for that code. And now this size standard is going to show you what does it mean to actually be a small business in your industry. You cannot exceed those thresholds. And for some industries, the threshold is you can't have over 500 employees, 500. So you can have 499 employees, still be considered a small business. Some, you can have up to 1,000 employees, still be considered a small business. Some you can do on a 3-year average up to $25 million, still be a small business. Other industries up to 50 million, still be a small business. So I want you to look at and consider that when you see this this funding going out, specifically that Paycheck Protection Program. And it's for a couple of reasons. One, the maximum loan amount on that Paycheck Protection Program is $10 million. And if you understand how that is actually calculated, what it means is that their average monthly payroll would have to be $4 million to max that out, because it's your average monthly payroll times 2.5. That means that, again, their average monthly payroll to get that maximum 10 million would have to be $4 million plus to hit that max. How much is your company's average monthly payroll, I wonder? Now our company, we do pretty good, and ours is 60,000. 60,000. Now, I say that to say this. B of A says they received about 85,000 applications that totaled about $32 billion. And 85,000 applications, which was an average of about a little more than $350,000 per application, I believe, 350, 370. I did it a couple of days ago. But I'm letting you know now, these packages were not set up for you. It wasn't designed for you. It wasn't to bail you out. It wasn't to support you and your business. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't take advantage of it and possibly get a piece. You definitely can, but understand this is the biggest issue. The SBA has set up criteria for these loans. And a piece of that criteria was something called credit elsewhere. Credit elsewhere. And I want you guys to look into this. This simply meant that if the SBA wasn't guaranteeing a portion of these funds, wasn't saying basically this would be forgiven or we're guaranteeing this for your bank, you would not provide these people this loan. You wouldn't provide this business this loan. Now, there are tons of small businesses, those up to 500 employees, small businesses they could get credit elsewhere. If the SBA wasn't guaranteeing this or backing it, they could still get funding. Y'all agree? They could still get funding. There's some pretty big companies out here that, regardless of this program, if the SBA wasn't backing it, they could still get funding. They removed that criteria for the Paycheck Protection Program. So it didn't matter if, hey, we could get this same 10 million, we could get the same 5 million, we could get the same 2 million, even if the SBA wasn't backing it, we could still get this from the bank. They removed that criteria. The program's not for you. How do you deal with that? What do you need to address? How do you address something like that? I'm going to be talking about it a little bit this week. Some different things that we need to look at as small businesses, true small businesses, micro businesses, socioeconomically disadvantaged businesses. And I hope you guys tune in. Again, I'll be talking about this over the rest of the week. And if you guys do have any questions, make sure you drop them, and I'll see if I can touch base on some of the things that you may have questions about. But look into those things: SBA size standard and credit elsewhere.